Good morning, everyone. My name is Charles Haycox. I'm currently the operations captain with NHP. I want to welcome everyone to the Southern Command. Today is another great day as we get to celebrate together the retirement of Sgt Darren Reimer. It is also a very sad day for the Nevada Highway Patrol as we are losing one of its finest sergeants. It is also like I said, is also a very sad day as we're losing one of his finest sergeants. He's not only respected by the troopers he supervises, he's also respected by his command staff. It is difficult for a law enforcement agency to lose someone like Darren, as we are losing 23 years of institutional knowledge that we can simply never replace. We are very proud of Darren and excited for him to enjoy a much needed and well-deserved retirement. Today, this room would normally be full. However, we are social distancing and we are live streaming through Nevada DPS for YouTube. So with that, I'd like to introduce Sgt Darren Reimer and recognize him for his 23 years of service. Darren, would you please introduce your family?
Yes, sir. I have with me today, presently, is my wife Elaine, my son Zach, my son Evan, my oldest son Philip is virtually in North Carolina, and family in probably Texas, Minnesota, and who knows wherever else in the world. So.
Excellent, excellent. Welcome you all. Thank you. Right now, I'd like to recognize some distinguished guests that we currently have with us. We have Col Daniel Solo. He's the chief of the Nevada Highway Patrol with us. We also have Deputy Chief Kevin Larson, who's our Major of Southern Command. And also I'd like to introduce a few other people, which is Captain Kevin Honey, and we also have Captain Stunkel in the back. Would everyone please rise for the posting of the colors by our DPS Honor Guard?
Honor Guard, catch, halt, port, halt, forward, arch. Colors, halt, left, peace. Present, halt.
Everyone, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Port, halt, post. Colors. Colors, right, peace. Forward, arch.
I'd like to also bring the Honor Guard back up for our flag folding ceremony. Would you please come up? The flag folding ceremony is completed to honor all officers who, through their selfless dedication, have given their lives to the profession of law enforcement. This year, we have lost 188 officers already so far in 2020, compared to 147 officers last year. That's a 28% increase and officers who have died in the line of duty. This year, in that increased percentage, include one of our very own Nevada Highway Patrol, Sergeant Ben Jenkins, who was killed in the line of duty March 27th, 2020. Please have a moment of silence. Can I please get a round of applause for our DPS Honor Guard? Please remain standing for a few moments. I'd like to introduce Trooper Brett Bogdan to come up to do the invocation.
Our dear Father in heaven, we're grateful to be gathered here this day as we celebrate and recognize the distinguished career of Sergeant Darren Reimer. We're grateful for those family and friends that are here to support him as we recognize him this day, and those that are able to view these proceedings live virtually. Grateful for the technology that exists for us to be able to broadcast this ceremony live. We're thankful for Darren, for the many wonderful years of service that he's given to the citizens and the visitors of this great state. We're grateful for his leadership, for the professionalism that he has shown throughout his career. We're grateful for the wonderful things that and the contributions that he's been able to make to this division and department. He will truly be missed. We ask a blessing upon him as he enters this next phase of his life, that he may have a just as distinguished as a career that he had, he may have a happy and healthy and prosperous retirement. Whatever the next chapter and what lies ahead for him, may he always be watched over, he and his family, and be kept safe, out of harm's way. We're grateful for all those that serve, that make sacrifices each and every day, sworn and non-sworn alike. May we always be watched over and protected and be guided by thy hand in the things in which we do. We're grateful for those that watch for us behind the scenes, for all of our administrative personnel. Grateful for the sacrifices and the many ways in which they serve us each and every day, and ask blessings upon them as well. We're thankful for thy hand in all things, and these blessings and thanks we give humbly in thy beloved name. Amen.
Thank you, Trooper Bogdan. You all please be seated. All right. This is supposed to be a celebration. Now that I've stumbled all the way through all that, all right, I'd like to now introduce Captain Kevin Honey. He's going to do your bio.
Sergeant Darren Reimer was born and raised in northern Minnesota. He was the youngest of 5 children and has 1 brother and 3 sisters. His father, David, still lives there, and his mother, Betty, is unfortunately deceased. Sergeant Reimer married his wife, Elaine, on September 19th, 1998, and together they have 3 sons. Philip, who is serving with the United States Air Force stationed in North Carolina, Zach, who is a freshman at CSN, and Evan, a junior at Indian Springs High School. Sergeant Reimer graduated high school in 1988 and joined the Air Force in Military Police Career Field. Sergeant Reimer spent 7 years on active duty before transferring to United States Air Force Reserves in 1995. During active duty, Sergeant Reimer served in North Dakota, Turkey, Germany, Somalia, and Nellis Air Force Base, Nevada. While in the Air Force Reserves, Sergeant Reimer was activated after 9/11 for another year and a half, and then again for a year in 2006, serving in California at Beale Air Force Base, Saudi Arabia, and Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada. Sergeant Reimer retired from the United States Air Force Reserves in 2014 with a total of 26 years of service. In April 1997, Darren Reimer was hired by NHP as a cadet working in the Reno NHP garage. He started the academy in July of 1997 and graduated in November of 1997 as the top academic student. After the academy, Trooper Reimer was assigned to NHP Southern Command Las Vegas as a trooper. He continued to work graveyard shift for 3.5 years before transferring to the Fatal Investigation Team. He worked on the Fatal Team until he was promoted to sergeant on September 13th, 2004. For the first couple of years, Sergeant Reimer led the Fatal Team before transferring to Urban Traffic. He was assigned to Urban Traffic prior to his transfer to Indian Springs Beatty District. Sergeant Reimer then was assigned to Indian Springs for a few years before moving back to the Fatal Team. He was then transferred back to Indian Springs, where he stayed until his retirement. Sergeant Reimer was heavily involved in training with the Nevada Highway Patrol. He was a PSTO and instructed accident investigation, radar instructor, was the Southern Command radar coordinator for approximately 7 years. He was also a firearms instructor and a MACTAC instructor. And as you can tell, we'll leave a big hole to fill. It's now my honor to introduce Col Daniel Solo, Chief of the Nevada Highway Patrol.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, good morning and welcome, everyone. As I've been previously introduced, I am Col Daniel Solo, the Chief of the Highway Patrol. I am honored to be here today to recognize the Senior Sergeant of the Highway Patrol as he sets off into a well-earned retirement. At the same time, it saddens me to know that Sergeant Darren Reimer is leaving our active ranks after a distinguished 23-year career of state service. Darren, like many of our people, typifies the hardworking blue-collar trooper that makes up the backbone of the Highway Patrol. Day in and day out, Darren came to work ready to go, did his job, helped make the roads of our community a safer place, and provided top-notch professional service to anyone he came in contact with. Sergeant Reimer spent his entire career after the academy in the Southern Command between urban traffic, MERT, and Indian Springs. Darren was one of the few who has served as both a MERT trooper and the sergeant over the detail. I've known Darren for quite some time, and there are two things about Darren that really stick out to me. One is his love of anything Minnesota sports. The Twins or the Vikings nonstop. We traveled to Carson City many years ago during the promotional process for sergeant, and that was one of the things he talked about throughout the entire drive, each way. The other thing that I know about Darren is how much he loves his family, his beautiful wife Elaine and his three boys, Philip, Zach, and Evan. If he wasn't talking about a Minnesota sports team, he was talking about one of his kids and what they were up to. We played softball together on a highway patrol team for about a year, and his family was there at every single game cheering us on. As I said earlier, Sergeant Reimer is retiring as the senior sergeant of the patrol. The job of a sergeant is both the hardest and the most rewarding. It's hard in that you are the first line of supervision for the troopers who get involved in everything imaginable. Command expects a lot from our supervisors, keeping our troops safe and ready. But it is immensely rewarding to see what they can do to make people's lives better and be the leader of your team. Darren was promoted to sergeant on September 13, 2004, exactly 1 week before I was. But he was clearly the smarter one. He stayed a sergeant, remained close to the road in the job that we all signed up for. That was almost exactly 16 years ago now. That's 16 years as a sergeant supervising our troopers, having to correct timesheets and reports, meeting deadlines, getting troops to mandatory training on time, and all that. But that was also 16 years of making sure that they have had the support they needed every day to get the job done and provide the best possible service to the public. Having a sergeant like Darren has meant that I didn't have to worry about his work because things would get done and they would get done right. So to wrap all this up, I want to say thank you, Darren, for 23 years of dedicated service to the state. Congratulations on your retirement and all the best in whatever you do in the future. And now I'll bring up Major Kevin Larson to assist me with presenting our goodies that we have for Darren. So Darren, why don't you come on up as well? Yep. So we'll start with the Certificate of Retirement. Sergeant Darren Reimer, Nevada Highway Patrol, in recognition of your service to the citizens of the state of Nevada from April 14th, 1997 to September 5th, 2020, and honorably retiring from the Nevada Highway Patrol with a total of 23 years of distinguished service. Signed by Director George Tagliati, Department of Public Safety, and myself. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We also have a tradition that anyone who retires after 20 years of service receives a very distinguished memento, which is called the Colonel's Coin. In recognition of your 23 years of outstanding and dedicated service to the citizens of the state of Nevada and the Department of Public Safety, let it be further recognized the positive impact that you have had throughout your career. The men and women of the Nevada Highway Patrol congratulate you upon your retirement, wish you well in all your future endeavors, and Darren is receiving Colonel's Coin number 394. Congratulations. And then one other thing we should have given you when we gave you your certificate of retirement are your retirement credentials.
Nice.
Your badge and your ID card.
Yep, that's me.
So,
Awesome.
there
Thank you,
go.
sir.
Carry that proudly.
I will.
All right. Major, you want to take over the others?
All right. We'll pull it.
Yeah. All right. Good morning. Also a tradition throughout the state of Nevada and the Highway Patrol, when we have a retiree, we honor them with a state flag presented in this shadow box. This flag was flown above Southern Command in your honor, Darren, so we would like to present you with the state flag so you can hang it proudly in your home and remember all your time of service that you did with the state of Nevada.
Will
So
do.
congratulations.
Thank
And also, presented from the men and women of the Nevada Highway Patrol out of our morale fund. We'd also just like to present you with a little token of appreciation. You can hang this proudly wherever you'd like. Just shows your retirement ID number and your dates of service. So congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
And one final certificate is a certificate of special congressional recognition presented to Trooper, should be Sergeant Darren Reimer. We'll make sure we get that fixed. In recognition of your tremendous service and dedication to protecting Nevadans for 23 years. Thank you for all your hard work, and I wish you the best in your future endeavors. Dated September 5th, and that's signed by U.S. Senator Jackie Rosen.
Awesome. Thank you.
This time, Elaine, can you come forward, please? Also, another tradition that we have here at the Highway Patrol, we'd like to present these flowers to you as a token of our gratitude. It's been 23 years, and I know there's been probably a lot of sleepless nights and phone calls in the middle of the night and wondering what's going on. So we'd just like to thank you for your service as well. I know it's always a toll on the spouse of a Highway Patrol trooper sergeant. So thank you for your 23 years to the state as well, and we appreciate it. So thank you. And just
Right now, I'd like to introduce Captain Scott Snunkel to read the special orders.
Good morning, Darren, Elaine, congratulations. It's my distinct honor and privilege to read you your final order, so here we go. Uniformed officers, attention, effective September 5th, 2020, Department of Public Safety, Nevada Highway Patrol, Special Order Number 059-20, retirement. Effective Saturday, September 5th, 2020, Sergeant Darren Reimer, identification number 4046, will retire from the Department of Public Safety, Nevada Highway Patrol, Southern Command, Indian Springs, after 23 years of state service. Signed, Col Daniel Solo of the Nevada Highway Patrol. Congratulations, Darren.
Now, Darren, this is your floor. We'd like you to come up and talk.
Okay. You guys kind of stole some of my thunder as far as, remember Colonel Solo we were talking about, I was going to mention that, you know, technically I got promoted before he did, but, you know, obviously you saw that went. I don't have great big words of wisdom. I just want to thank, there's a lot of people to thank for me being here, you know, my whole entire career. In the academy, Captain Hartline, if you're watching, he was my roommate in the academy. We had a good time in the academy, so I hope you're still doing okay up there, sir, and retire soon yourself, actually. You know, through coming to Southern Command, all my FTOs, all the sergeants and commanders and captains and everybody came before me, you know, kind of helped me, I guess, shape my career and shape who I became, kind of thing. So thanks to all those guys. You know, they kind of gave me a vision of what I want to be like, I guess, so to speak. So thank you to them. There's too many to mention by names. I'll probably miss somebody, so I'm not going to do the name thing. But and then in the Highway Patrol civilian staff, I mean, they're, you know, they always, I don't see them all the time, especially my last part of the career being in rural. So, dispatch and front office and evidence and garage guys, mechanics, and the radio shop, all those guys are awesome. Evidence techs. So without those guys, we wouldn't operate and be able to do the things that we do on the road. So thank you to all those guys. Fellow troops and fellow sergeants. Sergeant Rivera is here. We always bounced a lot of ideas off each other out in the Indian Springs. He was in Pahrump for the last, well, him forever, but for me in Indian Springs for the last 3 years or so, we're always bouncing ideas off each other. So it was nice to have somebody that I could talk to and a peer, you know, not a trooper or a commander, but a peer that I could talk to and say, you know, this really sucks, what do you think about this, you know, that kind of thing. And then finally, obviously my family, my wife Elaine, we met actually, literally our first date was the week before I went to the academy as a cadet, or not the academy, but as a cadet. So she's been here for the entire ride. So that means she knows the dirt on all you guys, because basically I went home and told her everything. So, so she knows just as much as I do. And then, you know, not long after I joined, then the kids started coming. Philip, who's in North Carolina. Hi, Phil. Hope you're doing good. And then Zach and Evan here with me today. Colonel was right. Basically, you know, I love my job and I love what I was doing, but basically, my goal was to see, once the kids started showing up, that was my priority. So they all played baseball, which is one of my loves, is sports in general. But you know, so it was awesome getting to watch them play different things, in little league all the way up to high school ball and whatever. So, boys, thank you for. Probably means nothing to you maybe, but to me it meant a lot to be able to go see you guys play games. And so I appreciate that. And I guess that's really about it. Command staff, thank you guys for being who you are. I can't begin to fathom the job it is, especially your level, Chief. So you mentioned I was a smart one to stay to sergeant. I don't know about that, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. So I'll miss you guys, and it'll be. I'm excited for the next chapter. So stay safe, keep your head down, and I know right now the world is in kind of the bottom of a wave. We're not real popular right now, but hopefully that'll turn over soon, and we'll be liked in the near future. So take care of yourselves, and thank you for assisting me. That's all I got.
Elaine, if I could have you come back up. All right, so it's getting close. All right, so this part of the ceremony is the badge removal. The badge has a significant purpose as it symbolizes both the beginning and the end of a career. As a young cadet, men and women strive to earn the badge through hard work and dedication to begin their career. In the end, the removal of the badge represents not only the end of a career, but also a job well done. So at this time, Elaine, if you want to remove the badge. And that's yours to keep, so come here.
Oh, there's the radio, huh?
All right. And also, we also have the retiring officer, in this case Sergeant Reimer, is going to do a last call on the radio. Hopefully it works.
Are we on the right channel?
We are.
It's been a while since my call sign in. Okay, got it. And of course I get bonked on the first try. Nope, we're not working, sir.
What's that?
Get away from the wall. Henry 4046. Henry 4046, thank you all there for everything you've done, and for the last time, 1042.
That as of 10:29 hours on Friday, September 4th, 2020, after 23 years, Nevada Highway Patrol Sergeant Darren Reimer, P number 4046, is retiring and giving his final call. The Department of Public Safety, State of Nevada, would like to thank you for your many years of selfless and dedicated service to law enforcement profession and of the state of Nevada. Your final 42 is 1029. Thank you.
Congratulations. All right, if I could have Trooper Brett Bogdan come back up for the benediction.
Our Father in heaven, we're again thankful to be gathered here this day as we celebrated the wonderful blessing of having Sergeant Reimer with us for 23 wonderful years. Again, we ask a blessing upon him as he continues on in his life, that he may have a great retirement ahead, to enjoy time with his family, with his wife, with his sons, and to be blessed in all the things that he does from this time forward. We're grateful for all that he has given to us, and that we were able to have his friendship in our lives. We're grateful for all thou has given unto us, as thou watchful eye is over us each and every day. May we always be able to go 1042 at the end of our shifts. These things we give thanks and pray humbly in thy beloved name. Amen.
All right. I'd just like to thank everybody in the room, our whole crowd here, and everybody streaming live on YouTube. I would like to thank everybody, especially you, Darren, for your service. These ceremonies are sometimes sad, but I'm happy for you. I've known you pretty much my whole career. I came down here in 2005, and you were a good mentor for me as a young sergeant as well. So thank you for your time you spent with me, and congratulations to you guys. You finally get your dad back full time, hopefully, and make him work around the house and get some stuff done. So again, thanks everybody, and that concludes our ceremony. Thank you.